Over the years I've hiked a lot of trails here in Zion, but there's still a good number of them that I haven't crossed off my list yet. And so coming here in the wintertime is a good opportunity to hit some of these trails that I might be a little less likely to do in the fall when the color is at its peak and then there's so many opportunities all around me. So my destination for today was the West Rim Trail. And this is a trail that goes from the grotto, connects up to the West Rim, and then takes you up to Angel's Landing on the way up to the West Rim. And I've been up to Angel's Landing several times, but I've never turned left at Scouts Lookout to get up to the West Rim. And as expected, there was a fair amount of snow and ice up near the top, but nothing that was detrimental to the hike. Some of the long stretches of these sandstone cutouts that you kind of gain elevation quite quickly in and get to the top of the plateau, they were all free of ice and snow, so that was nice. As far as stuff I saw up there, there was some very interesting scenery up there, but I think it would also be very difficult for me to shoot on large format, and the main reason is that I don't really have a very long lens. My longest lens is equivalent to about a 70mm, and so it's really hard to isolate distant subjects, and I think this is something that would be very beneficial for the area to get more of a simplistic shot. But it was a worthwhile hike. It's a really good workout. Our elevation gain was probably a couple thousand feet. But now that I'm done with the hike, I kind of spent some time scouting around and visited some of the locations I shot in the fall and see how they've changed with the seasons. And I visited another area that I've been going to again and again for the past few years, where there's this really cool bend in the river. You can see Angel's Landing in the background, and I've always wanted to photograph this, but it always seems like it would be quite difficult to do with color, because when the light would be really good, well, the entire canyon is going to be in shadow, because there, sunset here, you're going to have just a little bit of light up top on the canyon walls, and sometimes that looks like more of a distraction than anything. When the light's most dynamic is noontime, and that's when it doesn't really look quite as good in color. So I figure this is a pretty good excuse for me to try my first black and white photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up some film tonight and then head to that bend in the river tomorrow with my camera, set up a composition and see if I can get that kind of shot, because it's kind of a late afternoon and all I need to have is mostly blue sky. A little bit of clouds would be nice. I'll get some of that nice harsh direct light into the canyon. So it's been a long day. Certainly looking forward to getting back to camp and getting some dinner.